Greetings, Mad Smashers. This is Angela. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today, I would like to speak with you about the two birds method of paying down your debt. With this method, you will be able to power down your debt while you power up your emergency fund. Now, why did I create this method? Mainly because I have an excessive amount of debt to pay off. That was my main reason. So, this goes back to the old adage, two birds with one stone. I wanted to be able to do two things at one time. I wanted to be able to pay down my debt while I funded my emergency fund. So that's why I created this method. So I strategically went through all of my debt and I found the most impactful way to pay it off. So with this method, I will be able to pay off my debt in a timely manner, and I wanted to be able to pay myself the interest and not the bank. And since mainly the credit card debt controls the credit score, I wanted to be able to increase my score. Here are my current debts. Full disclosure, this is only a percentage of my total debt, but after performing an analysis of my total debt, I determined that these were the first five that I needed to focus on. Now, there are 2 loans and 3 credit cards listed. With the balances on my loans, as you can see, I am almost finished with loan number 1. It has a maturity date of September 2021, which is this month. So, what a maturity date is, that is the date that the loan must be paid in full to avoid additional consequences or additional fees. So, I will be paying this loan in full this month. Now, focus on the last column, interest paid on last statement. With my last statement, when I made the last payment on this loan number 1, the interest paid was $17.07. The total payment on that was $388.09. But again, the interest portion of that payment was $17.07. Now, this is where the two birds method kicks in. Once I make this final payment on loan number 1 this month, the $17.07 worth of interest will be applied to an emergency fund that I have created. So, the benefit is I will be powering down my debt as I power up my emergency fund. So, let's look at the 4 additional debts. Now, loan number 2 has an interest rate of 10.75, and we see what the balance is. You see how much interest I paid on my last statement. Credit card number 1, well, of course, you know how credit cards are. Credit cards have a much higher interest rate normally than a personal loan. So, I have a current balance of $425.60 on credit card number 1. And, I really didn't pay too much interest on it last month, but any interest that you pay to a bank is too much interest. So, yes, I paid enough interest. So, what I will do is after I make this final payment on loan number 1 this month, next month I will apply $17.07 to my emergency fund, and I will apply the remainder of that previous payment, which will be an amount of $371.02 toward this credit card number one payment. So, as you can tell, if I'm going to apply that much to it, I can go on and knock credit card number one out really soon, in October, as a matter of fact. So, this is how the method works. And the only reason that I will focus on paying credit card number one off is because of the balance, not because of the interest rate or the interest paid. Because if I was only going to focus on the amount of interest paid, you will see that I paid $42.77 on credit card number two last month. So the intent for this two birds method is also to make the most impactful statement in paying my debt off. So the impact that I will make next month in paying off credit card number one is I will no longer have any payments due on that credit card. And so by having a revolving account, well, as you know, credit cards are considered revolving credit. And revolving credit is what really drives your credit score. So by paying that small balance off in full next month, I will no longer have that balance, and I should see a bit of an increase in my credit score. So what I will do then is I will just go on and continue with that method. Whatever the interest was on that last statement, I will apply that toward my emergency fund, and I will continue to roll the payments into the next. So I will just, after loan number one is paid off, credit card number one is paid off, then I will focus on loan number two, because as you see, it has a $165 payment per month. So it will be really nice to free up the additional funds from loan number two once I apply the funds from loan number one and credit card number one towards the loan number two payment. So once loan number two is paid in full, which won't take long at all, I will be able to apply that $165 payment minus whatever interest was paid on that last statement at that time towards my emergency fund. Then I will be able to roll all of those payments into the next debt. So as you can see, using this method, it really won't take long at all to get these debts paid in full, at which time I will focus on my additional debts. So I hope this method is appealing to you, and I will keep you posted on my complete credit journey. And until next time, thank you for watching and have a wonderful evening.